If you're just joining us, Rudy Giuliani is sweating his face off, explaining to us why Trump really won the election.
Republican inspectors. Every state. Almost every approved this. It's thrown away. Gone for eternity.
Is this a skit?
The only thing left is to have been a dead person. That could have been not filled out properly.
Wait, he's saying there was a dead person in the envelope? Rudy's about to have actual drops of sweat coming off of his brow. I mean, is this a normal amount? I don't know how hot it is in the room, but something seems very wrong here.
All be in the lawsuit that comes out tomorrow.
Rudy's melting.
Arizona is a state that we're looking at very, very carefully.
Strongly looking at it.
I would say we're probably, I assume, if she's working for the... I'd like to read them all to you, but I don't have the time. You should have had the time and energy to go look for them. That's your job. Like it's my job to defend the president and to represent the president. It's Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada.
Is he bleeding? Did you see? Is he bleeding from his ear? What on earth was that?
Votes needed to
it's on both sides.
To find out if I'm misleading.
Is that hair dye?
Is to look at the lawsuits. In order to do it,
it looks like blood.
But in the materials,
oh my God, it's everywhere.
10,000 at least. And we're getting more.
He's got to get off the stage.
And there are other aspects of this fraud. On the morning of November 3rd,
someone's got to get him a napkin.
They were going to count this new kind of ballot.
I've never seen anything like this. What on earth? It's getting onto his shirt now.
In Michigan and in Wisconsin, any jury would accept, if they heard this evidence, that somebody had this plan.
This is insane.
Maybe that was always the plan.
It looks like sap from an oak tree or a maple tree. It looks like someone's making syrup.
To Cindy, describe that to you.
Oh my God, it's all over his face. He's gonna need a towel.
Dealing with evidence of
I don't know, guys. It's sounding like Trump won, isn't it, based on this?
Of the sexual experience will ask the young lady, who's your daddy?
This should be remixed. If Officer Akimov is watching, this could be the next remix masterpiece. Because just wait till you see what happens here. Oh, Officer Akimov is here. That's beautiful.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
I'm joined today by Pastor James David Manning.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
No, I'm a Christian. Who's your daddy?
I'm joined today by Pastor James David Manning.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
A long-legged Mac Daddy is the most successful pimp on planet Earth. To reverence the Word of God, to trust it, to preach it, to teach it, loads and loads of money and tons of lives. Loads and loads of money and tons of lives.
What happened in prison that brought you to Jesus? What happened in prison that brought you to Jesus?
George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. have been penetrated by at least 100 men in their anus area. 100,000, 200,000 strong. I didn't do it. That's not my problem. So I got down on my knees. I didn't do it, but I was tempted.
Sounds like quite an evening.
Loads and loads of money and tons of lives. Loads and loads of money and tons of lives. Loads and loads of money and tons of lives. Loads and loads of money and tons of lives. Let me say something to you about marketing. Starbucks has done the exact same thing that Coca-Cola has done, except they've done it with semen.
That certainly seems to be a story that has been missed. All right. Welcome, everybody. Wow. Look at my appearance today. It's a crazy, crazy day. It's so great to be back. I will explain everything. It's been so long, but yet it's like only a day has gone by. And I'm wearing my new nerd glasses and just everything's happening. It's all crazy. This was by far the most triggering vacation to the audience that I've ever been on. Every time there's a vacation, there is some portion of the audience who will threaten to cancel memberships, who will say, I'm never watching again. David, what are you doing? We don't get a vacation and you're taking vacations and all these different, all these different crazy things. Okay. But this one was particularly triggering because we had guest hosts during the break. We had Farron Cousins of Ring of Fire. We had Jesse Dollemore, and it was even more polarizing. Some people saying, you should not even host anymore. Other people should host your show. And it's like, well, just go watch their shows then. They already have a show. But I got so many beautiful emails from people who seem to almost like value the show even more. And I'm going to read one to you right now. This one is from, I'm not going to say the name because it's a very unique name. It might be clear who it is. And they said, I was intrigued by the feedback you received while you were on vacation. I asked myself, why was your absence on your most recent vacation almost literally painful for me? This guy was in pain because I was gone compared to previous. I was one of those who thought, listen, based on previous vacations where there was no show, perhaps a guest host would dull the sting of your absence. And then they go on to say, this is not a knock on your hosts. Your substitutes were great. But then came the epiphany. What you provide in your show, including the live streams and member content, is irreplaceable. It sounds cliche, but herein lies the breakthrough for me. You could have the best guest host ever, and it simply will not do. I'm speculating that perhaps I never realized this before because you never had a guest host. I realized only so recently that you offer something so unique that folks like me became very dependent on it. And I also think perhaps many of us could also take your regular appearances a bit for granted. It's almost like a microscopic addiction that you don't appreciate until it's gone. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful email. And I will be sending them money as a thank you because it's very useful for me today. But no, in all seriousness, it's great to be back. And I don't know what else to say about the break. We're just, I'm back and it's basically it. Okay.
Cephahide.
Exactly. So we are on the brink here. This is like a warm up. Did you guys see that? That light just went off. I heard a click and now it's blacked out. I think we're just going to have to do the stream like this. That's happened before with that light. It's weird. We're going to keep looking at that. So anyway, this is like a warm-up stream. I have a ton of stuff to catch up with. I have new Mango material. I have Photoshops. I have memes. I have voicemails. I have super chats. So many different things. But this is a Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz rally. This is all a warm-up because Saturday night Trump goes back to rallying. There are people who believe, and I hope you'll all join me on Saturday night. There are people who believe that Trump will be reinstated as president at the rally in Alabama on Saturday. Why they believe that, I have no idea. It makes no sense. There's no reason that I can imagine why anybody would believe that.
I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
Yeah. But that's going to be Saturday, but this is sort of like a warm-up stream to get everything going again. So where to start? First of all, I want to make sure I thank people that are already here and supporting. We have dropped to a pathetically low. I don't even know if it's legal for me to stream at 774 Twitch subs, but I'm doing it. But I do want to say thank you to Life is Good, The Old Tired Road, the Mike Lennon, Shorty, Short Brief, Not Tenuous, Chill SD, Nug Wrangler, Sam the Sleazebag, as well as Slingblade and Dirt Nap for re-upping their Twitch Prime subscriptions. That's 9. Also very, very special, Chris Schweitzer has just signed up at joinpacman.com. And Christopher Speaks is a new member, putting us already at 11, which is a great place to be this early in the stream. Let's look at a few super chats. Mike Pillow was right about August reinstatement. It just wasn't Trump. It was the Taliban. David, I'm curious if you know or heard about Rudy Giuliani joining Cameo. I have not heard about that. Will says, when will Trump respond to questions about running in 2024 with that's HIPAA? Yeah, maybe soon. Kyle Downey says it was cool that Jim Gaffigan filled in for you. Yeah, Jesse Dollamore and Jim Gaffigan have a similar look, that's for sure. Robert says, hi, David. Love you, brother. Welcome back. Great to be back. Cyrus Palmer says, I see Farron all the time. Jesse was new. I liked him, and I like having guest hosts over no show. That's the consensus. David, sir, missed hearing you. Oh, hold on. I need to have my sir material queued up.
Sir, you're on the cover of Time magazine again.
David, sir, missed hearing you and your fill-ins while you were gone. Did fine. Glad you are back.
Congratulations, sir. You just won the election.
Denver says, welcome back, sir.
Sir.
Do you do the New York Times crossword? And if so, do you have a favorite from the standpoint of day published? I don't. I haven't done a crossword in a really, really long time. Thanks to the anonymous gifter for gifting 5 subs on Twitch. Also, thanks to It's Me, John B, as well as Napa Skip Dog, putting us at 18. I have so much material. I'm just going to get right into it. I do have one sort of leftover unban request. I do have. Oh, why am I wearing glasses? Actually, the reason is not that exciting. I'm still on Europe time. Basically, I came back here. As many of you know, I was up in the air.
Sir, your wife is up in the air.
I was up in the air and I crossed 6 time zones in a record-breaking speed. And you basically adjust 1 hour a day. So like it feels like it's 11:30 for me, 11:15 for me right now. And I've been getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning just because of the jet lag. I'm like wide awake. I've never taken Adderall, but I think if I did, it would feel sort of like I'm wide awake at 5 a.m. Just bing. And so I just, after 14, 15 hours of the contacts, it starts to get a little grating. So that's the only reason. Okay, let's get into an unban request. A user known as Reborn Josie was banned. Some of the messages that they sent include, poor people get vaxxed. The elite collect off everyone's fear. Whatever, I'm one person. I'm still alive. I worked in the grocery store during all of it. I wanted to die, and this fake-ass virus failed completely at that. I'm tired of bots. How is vaxxing your kids a real thing people can support? What is even in it? They were banned. Their unban request is COVID isn't real. Oh, whoa, I missed. That is a very, very easy perma ban, my friends. It's a hard perma. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Nug. And not even making it difficult for me. So that is it as far as unban requests go. Super chat from McFreeney, who says, David, hoping you can settle a debate between my partner and I. Best Clooney film. I'm for The Descendants, but my wife is up in the air.
Sir, your wife is up in the air.
I am not a big George Clooney guy, but I think the best Clooney movie that I've seen is, hold on, it has the word Kings in it. Kings, George Clooney. It's like a Middle East. What's the name of this movie? Three Kings from 1999. I think that I mean, listen, I don't know a thing about George Clooney. I couldn't even tell you other films he's been in, but I really liked Three Kings. I thought it was very, very well done. Very well done. Okay, let's get to a few other things here. Where to even start? Oh, this is super exciting. We are now let me refresh here. We are dangerously close to 1 billion YouTube views. I had to pause there for it. Okay. We're at 989,294,006 views. And so I estimate that we are anywhere from 9 to 16 days. Oh, hey, well, thanks to Trihex for the raid. Great to see you, my friend. I was supposed to meet Trihex in person at a dinner with Hassan Piker and Melina Destiny Bennell III and Stephen Kenneth Destiny Bennell II and Trihex. And through some situation I still don't even understand, Trihex, I guess, was coming from 3 hours away, but only gave himself 20 minutes to get to the dinner. And so the dinner was over. And I was not able to meet Trihex in person, but big fan of Trihex. So great to see Trihex here. Yeah. Thanks to the master debater, Bo Monix, Tool fan, a pet giraffe, Marzu Fazu, as well as oh no, that's it. Yeah. For the Twitch subs. Very much appreciate that. Putting us at 23. But in all seriousness, when we get to the billion views, it's going to be very, very exciting. So I have 2 requests for you. We're working. Let's split up the work if we can. Internally, and it's mostly producer Pat, but let's call it we. We're working on a billion view compilation, which is going to have some of the best moments from, the history of the show. We will run that when we hit the billion views. Again, somewhere like 16 days away. I'm asking you for 2 things. Number 1, billion view related memes, videos, remixes, songs, whatever. Okay. Start getting the material in because I think that that's going to be a great thing and we will use those. And number 2, I have this fantasy, and if it's crazy, tell me it's crazy. I want to have a compilation of people calling into other shows. Like if you can get on the Charlie Cork show, if you can get on, I don't even know who the hell on the right even takes calls, Sebastian Gorkutz or whoever. If you can get on the air and mention David Pakman Show billion views in whatever context, slip it in, be honest, and just say, Mr. Gorka, sir, will you congratulate David Pakman on 1 billion views? He won't know who I am. Whatever. Call any people on the left, right, whatever. We'll start putting together that compilation as well. Of mentions of the billion views. Jesse Lee Peterson would be a great one to call. Whoever. Yeah. Anyway, so if you get, those are my 2 requests. We've got a couple weeks during which we can put all of this together. I think it's going to be really great. Okay. So that's the latest as far as that goes. Now, let me get to the mango material. Okay. I have a new mango element for you. Now, why do we care about mangoes? The reason we care about mango... Whoa, I almost previewed it there. We care about mangoes because of this. I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but this was a funny moment.
I love mangoes.
Mangoes?
My bag of mangoes up under Trump cost me $8.
I love mangoes too.
99 cents.
Okay.
Now that we are up under a Biden's regime, my bag of mangoes now costs $11.99.
That seems like a pretty good deal. A bag of mangoes? Aren't mangoes like $3 each? That's it. I want what, $8 or $11. That sounds good.
And the American people blind. It's highway robbery is what you're doing.
That's right.
Bring my mangoes back down.
That's right. Right about that.
If
The
you
Wisconsin
tell me
crowd not
that
identifying
black
with the
people
mango
are
material.
disproportionately affected. Don't raise the price of fruit. Don't you want me to be healthy?
Don't you?
Okay, so that's where the obsession with mangoes came from. Now listen to this. I read an article on my flight home about the underground WhatsApp Pakistani mango trade. Apparently, there's an entire world of mangoes I didn't know about. And I learned, it was like a 20-minute read. I learned about this website, Mango ZZ. Look at what, I think there might be something we can do with this. Look at the mangoes that are available on this website. And apparently, the Pakistani mangoes are like just the tops. And this mango here, the Chansa, I don't even know. I mean, look at this. Look at this wealth of mangoes. Apparently, the Chansa is just like incredible. The Chansa grown in Multan is perhaps the sweetest version of Chausa available anywhere. Mangoes such as Fajri, Banganpali, White Chansa, Radawala, and Anwar Ratal are also very popular varieties. You guys have no idea what's happening with mangoes around the world. And so anyway, the only thing about it is if you want to buy these, let me see if I can even do that. you have to buy like crazy quantities. Like here's a box of exotic mangoes. It's $100, and that includes 6 to 12 fruit elements. So this is expensive fruit. Okay. But apparently these are just like the best mangoes. So anyway, there's a whole underground mango world, and I'm kind of glad to be in it in a sense. So if people can think of something we could do with these exotic mangoes and maybe tie it into other stuff, I don't know, but it's all pretty fascinating. All right. So there's the mango stuff. People asking, is it MANGOS or MANGOES? Both are acceptable spellings. I actually Googled that because I didn't want to end up in the embarrassing position of doing it wrong. Apparently both are acceptable. Let me see here. Yeah, Merriam-Webster lists either at correct. Guys, it's not $100 a mango. It's $100 for a box of 6 to 12 mangai. Exactly. Dear God. Okay, good. All right, let's do a few other super chats just to get caught up here. I'm glad you're back, but guest hosts were amazing. Been following them. Wish I could show you my garden. First, you steal Sam Cedar's backdrop. Now you're stealing his glasses. You helped steer me away from right-wing ideas. Know you're in mass, but thoughts on the California recall. I think there's a risk that a right-wing nut gets in there and it's going to backfire. Missed you while you were gone, David, but love the like-minded commentators. Also, I'd love to see more diversity in the future. Yes. Sir, I enjoyed the bonus show. Glad to hear your girlfriend tested so positively to the negative. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me talk about that. So I did not get COVID. I did not get COVID that I know of on this trip. I did not get COVID that I know of on this trip. I tested really positively from the standpoint of negative. Okay. However, I did tell a story on yesterday's bonus show, and a lot of people are predictably misunderstanding the story. My girlfriend did have not one, but 2 positive tests. Now, notice the language I'm using. She had positive tests. The language is very relevant here. If you want to hear the story, bonus or boner show, yeah, call it whatever you want. You can just get a membership and listen to yesterday's bonus show, watch yesterday's bonus show. I may tell the story on an upcoming show. Speaking of memberships, because of my vacation, we all missed the 16th anniversary of the David Pakman show. That was on Monday/Tuesday. And I actually have a leftover coupon code from the anniversary. This is just an insane, I can't even tell you. It's completely illegal. The code is 16 for 16, all one word. And by that, I mean 16 FOR16. We've never done, I'm not actually kidding here. We've never done a discount this big. These are criminally low rates. If you want to take advantage and get us up to 100 here, join Pacman.com, 16 for 16. Twitch subs do not get the bonus show. You've got to be a website member. Yeah, 16 for 16. So there's an opportunity for you to take advantage of that. I would take it because it's an incredible situation. No, but I tested very positively from the standpoint of negative. Carson says, staying on topic of your channel stats, your most popular video is dangerously close to surpassing 10 million views. Is that true? Let's see. Oh no, this isn't even the right channel. Oh, wait a second, guys. The second channel is almost at, can we get this to 10K? Do you guys think we can do? Oh, look at that. We've got to get our second channel to 10K, I think. Wait, what's going on here? Look at that. Look at how close we are. Yeah, let me check out the David Pakman show. Videos. Most popular. Oh, wow. Now 9.9 million views. We are very close to being able to celebrate. Our first. Oh my God, we're only 5,400 views away from a 10 million view video. We have never had that. This could be an historic day. Yeah, but I would love, so this is the Pakman Live channel though. We would love to get our first 10,000 there. Look at that, 150 to go. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thanks for letting me know. Invite Lewis back on and do a blind mango eating taste test with different types of mangoes. I like that idea. That's not a bad idea at all. That is not a bad idea at all. People requesting voicemails. I will indulge that. I will indulge that. Let's listen to a couple voicemails.
So, what I didn't appreciate about Benjamin Shapiro is his fans. Like, I got to know one of his fans really, really well, and he's from Italy, or his family was from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of seeing how Judaism is like a...
By the way, she called through the entire vacation. I was on vacation. I was flying around. I was up in the air. Calling. It's crazy.
of like the enjoyment of life kind of deal. So I don't know, like it seemed kind of like more like
It was basically on repeat.
When people call in.
Oh, hold on. But this caller you've got to hear. This is a new caller. Okay, guys, listen to this.
Hi, David. Welcome back. I hesitate to say welcome back because you might not listen carefully to the following.
Is this Bernie?
Which you may want to respond to tomorrow on your program. You spoke about Biden's way of leaving, which was absolutely, positively essential.
Okay.
But the way you approached
Your damn emails
was the horrendous way he left. Leaves tremendous doubt in people's minds.
So this guy called back. This is my new favorite caller.
Put another way.
Yeah, if this guy offers you candy, don't get in the van, okay?
Your credibility is terribly bruised, if not shot.
Bruised.
Because your listeners, Democrat or Republican, and I am a Democrat, when we hear the way you defended Joe Biden, and when we hear the way you...
I defended getting the hell out of Afghanistan, okay? 30 subs to go on the Pacman Live channel before that magical 10K number.
So critically discerning about so many issues, and you did not say, I cannot believe that 5,000 troops were removed, an airfield was given over to the Taliban, and we see...
Oh, my God. Okay, he called back again.
David, what Biden did and the way he did what he did with the troops, not protecting the people of Afghanistan, will cost the Democrats the next presidential election.
That's possible. That I don't disagree with. And then there was one more voice. These all go the full 3 minutes, but I can't do it to you. I can't do that to you.
When people call in the next days to come and they challenge you on your lack of discernment of the way...
Most people actually have agreed with me and said Biden was decisive and it didn't go perfectly, but the longer we stay, the more we spend and the more we ruin. There it is, folks. 10,000 subscribers on the Pacman Live channel. We have done it. And we are really close to our first YouTube video ever with 10 million views, if you can believe it. Very, very important stuff. All right, we'll do a couple more voicemails. Just going through what's going on. I had 600 voicemails waiting for me when I got back from vacation.
So I was thinking now that like a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man, maybe it would be appropriate to illegalize like massage. I noticed that like some parents
massage. Dear God. Few other super chats. I now live in the Philippines, the mango capital of the world. Where did you vacation? I was in northwestern Spain. In fact, I posted a bunch of pictures from it. Here is one of me having a coffee. And this one was memed very strongly. Whoop, hold on a second. Where was it? Wait a second. Where was that meme? Oh, here we go. Somebody memed it here. So there's that. And then also somebody turned it into this, which I love. This is just really, really good. Just really nicely done. Really, really nicely done. So that's that. David, sir, welcome back. Happy Sweet 16 to the show. Oh my God. There's so many people that are taking advantage of the Sweet 16 special. Hold on. Our 16th anniversary was Monday, and we have a code 16 for 16 on my website. Look at these people signing up. Alex Finch, Seth Howard just became a new member.
Dumps.
Okay. Christine Gower just signed up with the code. Jonathan Levy is a new member. Tony Zurich has just signed up. Jessica Cartier.
Big massive dumps.
Sophie Oiberg is a new member, number 7. James Peterson is number 8. Jessica Makowski is number 9. Kyle Hufford is number 10.
They call them dumps.
Robin Barnes, number 11. And Krista Zargoza, number 12, putting us at 35. Very much appreciate that. Yeah, we did a big membership special on Monday for the 16th anniversary of the show. But because I like you guys so much and we're all having a good time here, it's the first stream back, I've notified you that the code 16 for 16, that's 16 FOR16, it's the biggest discount in the history of the David Pakman Show. And I don't want to skimp on thanking people over on Twitch. Thanks to Trisha Northstar, as well as Canned Caviar, Andrew Dale, Liquid Ice, Alice's, The Wilhelm Screen, Bone Master, AJ Scorpia, Light Chaser. Oh, that's it. Okay. Putting us at 43. Very much appreciated. And we have to be careful calling it our Sweet 16 because this is a Matt Gaetz rally today that starts in about 9 minutes. And we just want to be really, really careful about that. Okay. David, do you plan on doing more crypto coin and exchange ad placements? And has your thoughts on these advertisements changed since you started taking them? No. Yeah, we've been super clear about it. Like, listen, we're saying these are sponsored videos. I say in the video, don't do anything. I'm not giving you financial advice. Don't do this. Is not a financial endorsement. I've talked candidly about, like, guys, we're making it obvious they're paying us. If you don't care about this shit, just skip the video. We're funding the show. You know, at this point, it's been discussed so much that, no, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know how many more we have in the pipeline, so to speak. I don't talk to them at all. You know, our one of our team members handles all of it, so I don't know exactly what's coming up. But what are people saying? It violates TOS. You can't say the S word now. Is that what people are saying? What? I don't even, it's totally over my head. What happened? Did something edgy happen that I said? I don't even know. Oh, the joke of, oh my God. Okay. Oh yeah. Matt Gaetz is a congressman. Very professional stuff. Sir, do you see militia violence becoming another unsolved problem in the U.S. like mass shootings post-2020 election lie? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I do. Speaking of which, oh, well, hold on. Let's get away from that. David, sir, what's your favorite type of ice cream cone? I like the single cone. You know something I really don't like, guys? I have to tell you. When I go and I get a cone, it's like there's ice cream everywhere. You know, ice cream's just falling out of the sky. There's ice cream everywhere. If I go out to a place that does scoops and I get a cone, I'm really getting it for, there's this perfect balance between ice cream, mass, and cone, where you get the flavor and the chill of the ice cream and a little bit of crunch. Okay. If I go in, I get a little cone and I want a small, as some say, I don't want 2-3 big scoops where this thing is like a foot tall, where now I have to either chop it or eat a pound of ice cream before I get to the cone bites. So when I was in Spain, I went to the absolutely most perfect place where you can say it's the little cone, but do you want one ball or 2 balls? right? Okay. And so you just ask for the one, and it's really one. And I got a perfect pistachio cone. Did it? Or was it double chocolate? Anyway, and almost right away, you're into the thick of it. You're into the cone. It just works way better. I don't need a foot of ice cream on my tiny little cone. Then when it's hot, it's melting all over my hands. It's not civilized, guys. It's not civilized, please. Okay. Everyone remember you have to re-up your Twitch sub every month. Yes, please. Don't forget. Dear sir, I'm a California resident. The YouTuber Kevin Paffrath, with more subscribers than you, is on it and leading the polls. Does he have a chance? He's leading the polls. That can't possibly be. He interviewed me. He's leading the polls? Somebody can get me a poll. I would look at that. John McCormick says, David and all listen to Trump's latest interview with Hannity. Close your eyes. He sounds like Christopher Walken. Yeah, Trump's eye was swollen shut. It was a weird interview. What's your favorite food in Spain? Ooh, I think the grilled fish. I posted a few elements. This was a great dish right here. You know, there was this whole argument that I posted this picture to my Facebook as well. These look like just shrimp, but they're really not. It's really, I mean, listen, I guess it kind of is shrimp, but it's a little bit different. They call these langostinos. And, you know, it's very simple. It's just you put the lemon on. It's paprika and salt and oil. You could call them prawns. Yeah, exactly. And somebody on my Facebook said, there is no point in seasoning the shells. None of the flavor gets through. And it's like, hold on a second. That, first of all, the shell is not sealed. Like the entire underside by the legs, the stuff is getting in. The stuff is getting in. And I found it really, really offensive that someone said there's no point in seasoning shrimp because you don't eat the shell and none of the flavor. It's crazy. These were the most flavorful prawns that I've ever had. And I did not eat the shells. And what else? Oh, I had a big garden haul when I got back. Yeah, all this stuff was waiting for me. I guess it rained enough so that things didn't die. I had a bunch of tomatoes, 2 jalapenos, 2 strawberries, 2 different types of pepper. I actually don't know what this middle pepper is. It might be, I don't know what it is. This one's a Cubanelle. 4 green tomatoes. For whatever reason, this type of tomato, it won't ripen on the vine. So I just clip them, and then in a week, it'll be bright yellow. These are lemon cukes. Beautiful cukes. I've never grown lemon cukes before. But really, really, it's just so crisp. It's crazy. And then 2 eggplants. And then what I did yesterday, actually, is some of my lettuces, it's just over for the lettuce. So I pulled some lettuces and then I planted, based on my zone, I checked in, of course, with Kevin from Epic Gardening about it. I planted cabbage. I planted a couple types of carrots, including heirloom carrots that are orange on the outside, red in the middle. It's like an old school carrot from I think it came to the U.S. in the 1920s. It changed its name to sound less Jewish, interestingly. But yeah, it came to the U.S. in the 1920s. And also 2 different types of beets, the kind of like typical red beet from the 1800s. And then also a beet that is orange on the outside, but like spackled yellow on the inside. Very, very interesting beet from the standpoint of root vegetables. So I'll keep you guys informed about that, starting those from seed, which I think it's going to be great. I think it will be absolutely fantastic. Okay. So it's Lance versus DP, 1 ball or 2 balls. Jeez. So glad to have you back, David, sir. Appreciate your knowledge of cone to ice cream ratio. Yeah, you need the right ratio. It's just crazy. Gaetz looks like an attractive man made on a budget. I blame DeJoy for today's incident in D.C. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. So there was a bomb threat in D.C. I still haven't learned much about it. But the guy was live streaming, and it was like a bizarre manifesto from inside the car. Listen to this.
If you blow my truck up, man, hey.
Seems like an actor out of Central Casting. Unfortunately, this is real.
It's on you, Joe. I'm ready to die for the cause. And brother, if you said if you could do anything to save one life, you said you'd do it.
Is he saying life or laugh? Must be life, right?
You got a chance. I want to go home Sunday. I want to go home and see my wife.
This guy's going to be in prison the rest of his life, right? I mean, do we know?
We're living in a free country, Joe. Choice yours. If you want to shoot me and take the chance of blowing up 2.5 city blocks, because that toolbox full. Ammonium nitrate, it's full.
Did he say his lemonade truck?
I don't want to die, Joe. I want to go home.
Yeah. Here's more, I guess.
Hey, bud. The South's here. There's 5 of us spread it all across your little DC part here.
Yeah. And as people are pointing out, in part of the speech, call it a speech maybe is a bit much. In part of the screed, he talks about how he and his wife didn't have or were denied insurance coverage. And it's like, dude, what? You're a Trump guy? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. You know, it just doesn't, everything about it doesn't make sense. It's tragic in so many different ways. It's truly a tragedy. We'll learn more about it. Let me thank a few more members before this starts. I can't believe what's happening on the website. It can barely keep up. New members using the anniversary code 16 for 16. Luke Rucastle, number 1. James Henry, number 2. Luke Rucastle with a second membership, number 3. Graham Kernew, number 4. John Ellis, number 5. Tommy Gedinet, number 6. Mike Reed is number 7. Kareem Utley is number 8. Patrick Denahan is number 9. Cynthia Bricker is number 10. And Wendy Malloy is number 11, putting us at 54. But that's before I add the Twitch subs. Thanks to Jamin Rose Smith, a Danish joint, Try Kill Eric, Flea Girl, The Freak, Easy Air, Splash Mock, and I think that's it. Okay. That's 5 more, putting us at 59. We are standing by for a pretty poorly attended. The demographics seem to be mostly older, mostly white. The room is 2/3 empty. Let's listen.
Social media, they've been talking about what's been going on in Afghanistan, of course, with the withdrawal of our troops there, and also the fallout of pulling out of Afghanistan. Plus, we talk about election integrity. That has been one of the topics. Integrity of nuclear. Cephahide, very much so. Hello, David Ryan, and longtime listener from Central Wisconsin. You should visit for the cheese and stay because your car won't start. Defeat RJ 2022. Sir, there should be a discussion about how COVID isn't free. You still have to pay for medical bills, whether you die from it or not. So much freedom. David, would you ever play Dungeons and Dragons? I mean, maybe. At what point does spreading false information about vaccines that causes death becomes illegal, and should it? I don't know how you make it illegal. I think you ban it based on terms of service. Too bad bomb robots can't administer 10 milligrams of Haldol. Sir, I watch you both and meet Kevin every day. I just want to give you a strong and powerful shout out to Kevin for governor of California. I would have him on to talk about his candidacy. About the California recall, vote no for the recall. Second option, vote for Kevin Paffrath, or else our governor will be nutcase Larry Elder. I believe Larry Elder today was accused of something pretty serious. I'm not even going to say it in case it's not true, but it's not looking great for Larry Elder. Dave, there are comments on Celeb Heights that peg you at 5'6" because you look 2 inches shorter than Joe Rogan. No, I'm taller than Rogan. There's a push to get you listed on CH because you've lied about being 5'9". What the hell? Hold on, what is that? Celeb Heights, David Pakman. Celeb Height Wiki, is that it? It doesn't seem to have my height on it. I'm not seeing that. But no, I recall being taller than Rogan. Let's see here. David Pakman, Joe Rogan. No. What's going on is I'm standing behind Rogan from the standpoint of the camera. And he's closer to the camera. Like, see how, I mean, I know that he's bulkier than me, but even his head looks way bigger. He's standing like a foot in front of me. Yeah. Anyway. Not that it matters, okay? Holy shit. All right, let's move on. Yeah, who even cares who's taller? This is a bizarre thing to go down. Thanks to Boatsy Bloke for the Twitch sub, number 60. Very much appreciate it. Also, thank you to Lori Minden, who just signed up on my website with the code 16 for 16. If you're just joining us, we are about to see a completely meaningless and pathetic rally with members of Congress Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matthew Gaetz. The room is sort of like half empty, and it's very, very sad. But I'm just trying to remember how to stream because Saturday is a Trump rally, and we're going to be having a big, big stream. Celebheights.com. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So do I type Pakman? No, I guess I'm not on the website yet. All right, who cares? Let's get away from that. Okay. People are asking why is the coupon code? Oh yeah, so for people who are just joining, Monday was the 16th anniversary of the David Pakman Show. It's crazy to believe. I started the show when I was in 5th grade, and we've reached our 16th anniversary. To celebrate that 16th anniversary, we did a coupon code on Monday, 16 for 16, 16FOR16. We've never done a discount this big. You can get a year for $16. You can get a month for $1.60, I think. And people are just going crazy. They're ripping clocks off the wall, desperate to sign up. Why the clock has to be off the wall to sign up, I don't know. Amanda Bennett just took advantage, and she is the newest member, number 62 today. And I really appreciate that. You can take advantage of it. Maybe we'll keep the code going until the rally on Saturday. David, did you see the story about Larry David yelling at Dershowitz? Yes. Oh, and what I especially love about that story is I've been going to Martha's Vineyard for quite some time, and I regularly go to exactly the little place where it happened. It's a really quiet place. Let me see if I can find it. So I was imagining, like, it was probably a really weird scene. Here's the article. It's just absolutely perfect. Okay, Larry David screamed at Alan Dershowitz at a grocery store. To even call it a grocery store is an exaggeration. Okay. A Page Six spy spotted the Harvard law professor who was once, like Larry David, a fully paid up member of the Democratic Cool Kids, bumping into the comic on the porch of the island's picturesque convenience store and community hub, Chillmark General Store. I've waited on that porch due to COVID regulations. They were letting in only 3 people at a time, and found their exchange so bizarre that they wrote it down to remember it. Page Six strongly recommends that readers enjoy the following while playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme in their heads. Dershowitz says, "We can still talk, Larry." And Larry David says, no, we really can't. I saw you with your arm around Pompeo. It's disgusting. And Dershowitz says, he's my former student. I greet all of my former students that way. I can't greet my former students. It's disgusting. Your whole enclave. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. Added the stunned source. Larry walks away. Alan takes off his T-shirt to reveal another T-shirt underneath that says it's the Constitution, stupid. We're told Dersh drove off in an old, dirty Volvo. I'm guessing he just keeps that on the island for when he's there. I'm sure he has some other car. It's a Curb episode in and of itself. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. Okay. Here is here's something from my interview when I interviewed Mike Lindell. This is sort of like a stylized version of all of my reactions during the interview. Troll game on fleek. I like it. And this is another one. When your friend at work says they figured out a no-lose way to make money with the stock market. Pretty good. I like that. So thank you. Appreciate that. Always great to get stuff from the audience. Let's listen a little bit to what's happening at this rally, which will be meaningless, by the way.
Thought to define that order, and a lot of superintendents around the state are pretty much defying the governor on that as well. So we'll see how that plays out. So let us know where you're watching us right now, and all your kids.
Hey, by the way, speaking of his inability to pronounce that correctly, this is on today's podcast, but I found it so funny. What's today? The 19th. And let's see, Regeneron. Tell me if you notice something a little weird in this clip.
Build these monoclonal antibodies.
Oh, that's great. Monocolonial. They're not monoclonal anymore. These are it's an issue of colonization, quite frankly. The antibodies will colonize your entire thing. Monocolonial. Very, very strange. Should Randy Rainbow take down his Andrew Cuomo love ballad video? Haven't seen it. Peter says, I've met Dave in person. He's 5'6" max. No way in hell. No way in hell. Listen, I admit that I lie about being 5'9", but I'm 5'8". Okay, I'm not 5'6". Does this donation go to Trump's legal defense fund? I heard his troubles in Georgia doubled. Yes, maybe. Maybe. That could be true. I want to say thank you to Andre Bavaria, who just signed up via Twitch Prime, 13 months, and says, glad you're back. How was your holiday in Europe? It was great. Why don't you stay here with us and escape that madness you're about to stream? Yeah, I almost got stuck there because my girlfriend had 2 positive COVID tests. But I made it back. How? The story is on yesterday's bonus show. Very important story. I tested positively from the standpoint of negative. And I think I have something related to this.
Convalescent plasma. And then I see the disinfectant.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside? Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, very powerful light. Donate plasma. Apply light and heat to cure. Donate plasma today, please. Supposing you brought the light inside the body. Convalescent plasma.
Yeah, so that's that story. Okay. I do miss plasma. Every freaking day. It's like you had to wonder, no one's saying, sir, it's plasma. Every single day. All right, a few other new members I want to say thank you to. Ennui has signed up with the coupon code 16 for 16. Patrick Thornton just signed up with the coupon code 16 for 16. Nick Mascara is a new member. Matt Smiley has just signed up. Jameson Farinosi has just signed up. Rebecca Schulman. Dwayne Hiltner is a new member. Lee Herr has just signed up. Ryan Larkin is a new member. Very much appreciate that, guys. Putting us at 70. A really strong showing. Let's see what's going on. They're already, I guess, a half hour late here and many, many seats to fill. Is this a church? Do we know?
There was a little bit of a line when we came in here earlier. There's, as you would imagine, there is a security checkpoint to get into this building. So you got to go through that. I would imagine that slows up the crowd slightly coming into this building. But
one would think.
It looks like they have seats for about, if I'm just eyeballing it right now, for about 300 people probably. And I would say maybe 45, 40% is filled right now. So it's going to be a kind of a slow go getting in here. And of course, there's some seats blocked off in front that you're probably taking a look at now that are, I would say, likely reserved for some VIP. They're probably...
There's definitely really important people going to this.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was at the Iowa State Fair, and I saw her on her social media doing some pull-ups there, pumping out several pull-ups, I might add. Very impressive by that. So she made an appearance there.
Super impressed. Yeah, she was able to do... 45-year-old woman doing 2 pull-ups is really, I mean, it's a sight to behold. Okay, so we're standing by. And as I said earlier, I'm not planning on streaming very late. I'm still on sort of Europe time. It's sort of like midnight for me right now. So I'm probably only going to stream another 30 to 45 minutes. Hopefully this thing actually starts, but we're just getting back into the stream of things. I'm hoping to be fully acclimated to my time zone by the Trump rally on Saturday. Oh my God, it looks like there's kids here. Is this a kid? Sort of. Actually, that might be a 25-year-old woman. I can't tell. Oh, here's a kid. That's definitely a kid, right? Yeah, it's crazy a kid would want to go to this. Bizarre. My Pillow is becoming the corporate face of the right wing. If we're not careful, we may have to worry about the pillow industrial complex in 2024. Well said. If I donate plasma to the clinic, will Trump buy me a free cup of Cobfefe? I tested negative from the standpoint of positive. That's Marjorie Taylor Packman. Sir, are you taller than Stephen Destiny Bennell II? I don't know. I don't know. Keep the glasses, toss the contacts, you babe. The problem is they reflect my very powerful studio lights. See, look at that. Hold on. There we go. Oh my God, it's like Bitcoin. Look at me. Can someone still that? That's crazy. Anyway, yeah. If they didn't, I could just wear glasses with no frame, no lenses, I guess. Okay. He said ammonium nitrate. Okay, yep. It's time to release the Jewish space lasers, David. Remember, 5'8" is not short. It is average. Exactly. Exactly. All right, I got away from voicemails, but I did want to play a few more. Just a couple other quick thank yous. Thanks to Yona. Sorry, it's not Yona. Johanna Pennington is a new member. There's Marjorie COVID Greene. Also, thanks to Joshua Terrell for the membership, Taylor Melville, Esther Lathrem, Blake Sheridan, and Andrew Peterson. 76 today. Looks like things are about to get going.
Trump is coming to town, and that's what people indeed want to see. I had a few more people walking in now. It seems like they might have had a...
I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene is... That was Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? Sitting in the front row? Maybe there's introduction speeches first. I don't know. What a weird event. I'm just trying to think, like, what's going on in these people's lives that this is what they're doing? Is it that boring in Des Moines, Iowa? Where this is what you go to? Big tranche of people coming in, a cohort. Thanks to Dave B for subscribing for the first time on Twitch. Appreciate that. A lot of resubs. Okay, so I meant to get back to the voicemails. Let's see if we can get a couple more in before things get going.
I think I'm not like buying this whole like nonviolent strategy, because I think in order to say that you're doing something nonviolent, it kind of suggests that like there should be some sort of reparation. Is that the right word? For...
Man, she leaves a lot of voicemails.
So, I was studying a bit about these like personality archetypes that people have, and I have like the same one that Benjamin has, like the architect. And
hold on, what's going on here?
Addressed. Impromptu USA being addressed here, which is always nice.
Is that COVID DeSantis? Oh no, it's not.
Talk to me for a second. Come on up here. You know, every event.
What a weird event. A lot of mental illness here.
So I was looking at like the economies, as far as like who's like the most competitive economies.
What the hell?
And then like which ones are like growing the fastest.
Man, these voicemails are going nowhere.
So I really feel like now that there's like transgender surgeries and there's like girls that are actually boys, I feel like kind of like it should count as murder for the men. I just don't believe that like it's just an accident. You know?
What's not an accident? I mean, it's all so incoherent.
So I feel like a conversation about abortion is necessary for people to have. Maybe, I don't know, like college or something like, or maybe like high school would be appropriate. I just feel.
I did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 calls in a row from the Drunk Chicago guy. Do we want to listen to Drunk Chicago guy?
You know what, Mr. Packman? Sir, I never barely ever agree with Joe Rogan. Well. But he has a point. Why don't we deal? Why have we been in Afghanistan and Iraq for 20 years? Why aren't we dealing with North Korea and people in China?
Okay, then he called back.
I love watching this Russian guy too. But what does he mean? There's nothing to do with it. You can't do anything about North Korea. You damn straight we could. We can.
Okay, then he called back.
How? How is an invasion on North Korea an invasion on China? That doesn't even make sense to me. Can you explain this?
Okay, another one.
Biden and
he does seem to be getting more drunk with each call. That's a fair observation.
Playing each other for Afghanistan failure. Missouri gun couple pardoned.
Missouri gun couple.
Governor. Yeah, I haven't.
It's crazy how the term Missouri gun couple allows us to identify exactly who he's talking about.
I mean, you're stuffed again because that Joe Rogan thing. I've been watching the news. I watch the news.
All right, called back again 10 minutes later.
The guy that I like listening to the guy you hired while you're on vacation in Spain. He's saying he's saying everything I just said. He's saying everything I just said. I'm not that smart. But Jesus Christ. You know what? Heavens to Betsy's. Heavens.
Oh, man. Called back again.
I'm listening to a slightly smarter, sober individual. He's literally just saying everything I just said to you. This happened 20 years ago.
Yep. Here's another one.
Am I in a fourth or fifth dimension of another world? Is this really freaking going on? This is insane.
Okay.
Yes, I'm quitting. I'm drinking the rest of my vodka. I have a 40 and another true.
This is a disease, guys. This is alcohol. This is a disease.
I normally this freaking shit angers me so much it makes me want to drink, but this time I'm quitting.
Good.
I'm quitting all of it. No, well, not weed.
No,
but I am quitting alcohol. I am. You don't.
Yep. So he definitely needs help. Couple other calls.
Hey, David. B-Dog here. I just watched your interview with Mike Pillow. I really enjoyed it, but
I like how Mike Pillow is catching on, by the way.
I was wondering why you didn't ask him a very important question, dog. And that question is, how did he get away with stealing the font from My Pillow from Exhibit and the MTV show Pimp My Ride? Thanks, Pack Dog. I'll take my answers off the air.
I don't have any answers for you because I don't even know what he's talking about. We're continuing. This is like these are all people calling from blocked numbers. So it could be Haldol Holly. It could be drunk guy. We just don't know.
Like on one hand, like, I can see why people have a lot of respect for Trump. Like, it just seems like he has a really good hand in life.
Mm.
And then for him to, like, go up and suck it up that bad, I'm just, like, mortified. Because I'm like, that looks like the easiest hand in the world. Like, literally. Like, all you have to do is, like, stand there and wave and just close your...
Okay.
David, I'm watching.
Oh boy, this is Troy York calling on a completely garbled connection while I was on vacation.
Video. I really wondered. I know you're from what I'm watching on his viewpoint of Afghanistan.
What is Troy talking about? Hold on. There's like the garble at the beginning is just perfect. That's an unbelievable. It's just completely. It's just nothing.
David, I'm watching Kyle Kalinski's video.
Oh, Kyle Kalinski. I heard.
I really wondered. I know you're a friend of his.
I'm a friend of his.
What I'm watching on his viewpoint of Afghanistan, I'm starting to wonder whether Kyle's mental health is deteriorating.
Wow, completely garbled.
Yes, I just watched a video of Mark Gaetz, and he just does an excellent job of demonstrating that the liberal media propaganda.
All right, well then go talk to Mark Dice. It's funny. Troy knew exactly like when my vacation started, when it ended. For all of his disgust with this show, he's very, very much paying attention to our exact schedule.
So there's like two problems I'm having.
At least.
Two different like kind of identities of the conservative side. So one side is like the women, and then the other side is the men. So it like doesn't go without saying for the women like what you should do and what you should not do. Like if your dad's...
Okay.
So one of the issues is that I'm having is like all the Donald Trump support, because it's like I totally agree with like conservative viewpoints, but when it comes to like my clients and stuff like that, like I usually choose like their side.
She has clients. That's wild.
So I've been noticing that I've been reading her substitute Anchorman's like newscasts. And
This is just horrible.
Steve Gregory here, David. It's crazy. None of Donald Trump's kids have been brought in by the Southern District of New York. Donald Trump hasn't been brought in by the Southern District of New York yet. The cases against him for rape haven't gotten his behind into court yet. David, please push this and challenge and shame the Attorney General if necessary. What is he doing?
Yep, and I think they left another one.
Hey, David.
Oh, no, this one's York.
Have a real stupid co-host or guest filling in. He's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene in the video, talking about how she's making news that there is no COVID surge. Well, the left and idiots like him and yourself and others have been saying for years, months, that there is no...
Man, Troy has just gotten really boring. Really, really boring.
In fact, now this is Clark Kramer, and I'm
Did he say Clark Kringle? It's Troy York, if you can't tell.
calling to push back against your co-host, your lousy co-host that you had fill in for you while you're on vacation, and just push back in general of your vaccine mandates and your demands and lies about the pharmaceutical industry and what big media is attempting to harass people.
All right, let's see what's going on at the rally.
Of what happened in the 2020 presidential election and what the big lie is. The big lie is the big lie. And he showed you what the results were recorded on Election Day. He also showed you what the real results were.
What?
And of course, there was so much talk about PCAPs and all the data that was transferred during the election. A lot of that evidence came out. There's a lot of cyber experts that were there.
PCAPs? Whoa.
Question his findings, and which is that's why he brought him there, to do just that. So We were there. We reported it. I really think it's a pivotal broadcast for you.
It's shocking that there's a warm-up guy at a Gaetz Greene rally, isn't it?
About the election in whatever state you live in. I'll give you a great example. From 2016 to 2020, in the state of Pennsylvania, Republicans out-registered Democrats 20 to 1. Out-registered new voters, Republican Democrats 20 to 1.
They seem to think that just saying things is evidence.
Results said the complete opposite. The swing in what reality and what they say happened is huge. None of it makes sense. None of it.
This is like a car crash. I can't look away. It's so crazy.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
All right, I guess here we go. We just lost the audio. That's better. Is this Christian music? Real quick, let me thank a few more good people. Paul Keith just signed up on my website. So did Paula Santos. Also want to say thank you to Kachna. Paul Hilton is a new member. Everett Vinzant is a new member. John Deeds just signed up. So did Martin Vaughn. These are really great people, but we are going to listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene just for a little bit.
Be here with you. We have a lot to talk about. Well, thank you for coming tonight. I know school's getting started and there's a lot going on, but I really appreciate you coming out and seeing my great friend, Matt Gaetz. And
like, really, really.
We adore you. We love you. We're grateful for you. And we work for you.
What? She represents Georgia.
But it's not that way. It's not that way for every person that we work with. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, a lot of our colleagues and a lot of people in Washington have forgotten that this is a government for the people and by the people.
Nice drivel. It's pablum.
But I'm there to remind them. You see, I'm no different than you. As a matter of fact, when you see me in Washington, it's you in Washington. Because President Trump is my favorite president.
That's disturbing.
And he won the election.
Ooh, oh boy. People are standing because she's just straight up lying.
For 4 years, what putting America first and putting Americans first looks like. And I'm so grateful for him and his administration and all the people that worked with him and defended him, like Congressman Gaetz, that you'll hear from after me. But you see, there's a civil war going on in the GOP, and I'm very much going to talk about that tonight. And I'll tell you why, because it's time to bring it out in the open, and we need to discuss the issues.
Discuss issues.
Now, there's the old guard, the Bushes, the Cheneys, the Paul Ryans, the Mitch McConnells, the neocons.
Uh-oh.
Very much wanting to take back control. They want to tell you that President Trump was just a blip on the radar.
We'll see.
They want to tell you all that the passion and the energy you feel and all those Trump signs and the American flags, and for the first time, someone was talking about the American worker, and someone was saying, bring back these jobs from overseas, and someone was saying, build a wall and defend our borders.
All pretty stupid things to say, either because they're bad ideas or they ignore economic reality.
Back the blue. We need to support law enforcement.
They're super supportive of the officers from the Trump riots, right, guys?
And we support our military. Well, they want to tell you all that no, you need to calm down, this whole America First thing. Yes, that's great, and we like it as Republicans, but you know what? We just need to move on past Trump. Stop talking about this election stuff. Shh. Don't talk about it. Shh.
This is a repulsive woman.
I'll get to him in a minute. I don't have very nice things to say tonight. I'm going to talk about my party first. Yes, I will. Absolutely. Well, I got a phone number for you guys. I need you all to write it down. I need you to put it in your notes in your phone. As a matter of fact, this is
These people don't have notes.
This is the congressional hotline. This is the switchboard. And this is how you call Congress. You can call my office.
First, you should explain how phones work, probably.
Office. We love to hear from y'all. As a matter of fact, people call my office every single day, and I'm grateful for it. You can call any of my colleagues. You can call Nancy Pelosi if you want to.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, you should call her. She needs to hear from you.
Nantzy Puhlozzi. Nancy Pelosi.
You can call any of them. What about Jerry Nadler? Adam Schiff? Call them. I want you to. Their people call my office. Oh, they do. They call all the time. Marjorie, how dare you say Trump won the election?
They actually revel in their idiocy. That's part of the problem, actually.
224-3121, 202-224-3121. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone that's watching. You see, the federal government operates with your tax dollars that you work very hard for. And all of those tax dollars pay our salaries, my salary and everyone else's salaries. As a matter of fact, those hard-earned tax dollars that the IRS makes sure that you send in, guess what? Those tax dollars pay for the buildings. They pay for the light. They pay for the bills, the lights. They pay for every single part. Now,
she seems to be explaining how buildings work.
Remodel your kitchen. Would you let that contractor tear your kitchen apart, rip your cabinets out, put your kitchen sink out in the front yard, and then walk away and not finish the job but make you pay for it? No. Well, America, you're allowing the federal government to destroy our country.
I mean, if you hire someone just for the demo part, that maybe.
Them to have our borders completely invaded every single day with over 200,000 illegals every month. Fentanyl coming across the border.
Illegals.
Yes, terrorists are coming across the border. And guess what? Now, this administration has abandoned Americans in Afghanistan.
It was Trump's plan, wasn't it?
When Nancy Pelosi drags us all back up to Washington, do you know what we're voting on? The Green New Deal. No, they're calling it infrastructure, $1.2 trillion. It's not infrastructure. You know what it is? It's step one of the Green New Deal. $7.5 billion in that infrastructure. Guess what it does? It's going to pay China to work on an infrastructure grid.
This is a really disjointed speech. It's just what is she even talking about?
Yeah, did you know that? No, you didn't know that because there was a bunch of Republicans in the Senate that voted for this because it's bipartisan infrastructure. Well, I'm sorry, if Republicans are paying China any money to do anything in the United States that has anything to do with our infrastructure, then that is China first and America last. And that is not the kind of bipartisanship we want in the United States government.
China.
And then there's the $3.5 trillion budget that is the Green New Deal, that AOC gets to create something called the Climate Corps.
Oh, man.
It's her Antifa jobs program for all her little friends that
How many people in this crowd even have any idea what she's talking about? Like, she's obviously lying and mixing together unrelated issues, but are these even issues people in the crowd know a damn thing about?
That they're going to create to make sure that you're not putting out too much carbon.
Fraud.
Because you're a bunch of climate sinners. Did you know that? Yeah, you're climate sinners. So our government, the
Your
Democrats, are
climate
completely
centers.
bought in on Bernie Sanders' plan for America, AOC's plan for America with the Green New Deal that is going to force all vehicles sold in the United States by 2030 to be electric vehicles.
That sounds great. By the way, I thought it was 50%.
It also converts buses to electric vehicles,
That's fantastic.
ferries to electric vehicles, and will mandate by law for all of you to eventually, you can't drive your gas or diesel car or truck. You have to drive it.
This can't just be a Georgia, like every word is bizarre.
This one example.
Is it diesel? I've never heard diesel pronounced diesel.
It's because it's something every American can understand. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or an I don't care, you can understand this because most people have a car or a truck or have a friend that does. Now here's the situation. The government should never control the private business sector of our country.
They control the gas markets already through subsidies, taxes. I mean, is she saying they should get out of that too?
Americans to switch to electric vehicles. Now, I want you to think this through.
Yes, that would be
Who
great.
makes the batteries? Thank you. China controls the...
Is she trying to act as though the components for gas-powered vehicles aren't made in other countries as well?
Battery market. China is 75%. 75% the battery market.
So start making them here by incentivizing it.
Ever pass a policy that forces us to depend on communist China for our energy needs. Why would they do that? We know what happens with China.
It's weird to be like, I have an electric vehicle and I'm in the process of getting solar. So ultimately, I'll be charging my electric vehicle with solar power. And because maybe the battery had components made in China, that's Chinese energy, that's power. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's very stupid.
To drive electric vehicles and you get to supply the batteries. Oh, you know what, China? You get to build our infrastructure grid with electric vehicle charging stations. That is what we are voting on next week. Next week, we are voting on that.
Guys, I have solar panels. I'm a communist.
I'm probably going to vote for the infrastructure deal. You call them right now and tell them no. You tell them to vote no to the infrastructure deal because it is step one to the Green New Deal. You tell them to vote no to the
I wish.
budget,
I hope it would. I mean,
which is the Green New Deal. You tell them to vote no. And here's how serious I am about this.
This is another confusion. The infrastructure bill that's being debated, it's not the Green New Deal. It just says it's not the Green New Deal. It's not.
Kind of a thing they don't do. They usually let the staff do it, but I actually read them. And I read them and I believe what they say because I know what happens when we vote on them. And this is everything. This is Nancy Pelosi's legacy. This is what she's going for. They want it. I'm so serious about stopping these two bills. Here's how serious I am. I have said that I will primary any Republican that votes for the infrastructure or the budget.
That's a real tough threat, guys. Wow.
As a matter of fact, I'm so serious. My leadership PAC has raised over $250,000.
And by the way, that sounds like exactly the type of chaos the left could benefit from.
Because Americans like you are donating. SASSPAC.com, SASSPAC.com. If you want to help me fund a primary against a feckless, weak Republican that is going to help the Democrats pass the Green New Deal, donate to SASSPAC.com.
All right, that sounds interesting.
And I'm not playing. And here's why I have a great life. I don't have to be doing this, but I'm doing it because I have 3 children that I
Oh my God.
adore more than anyone on this planet.
The last thing I really want is to be here with you people right now, but I'm doing it.
My kids need a future, and their future should not involve being slaves to China. Their future should not involve socialist programs. Their future should not involve a government that leaves
China all
Americans
the time.
stranded in a foreign country.
China.
That is not the future of America that I want for anyone's children. This is the greatest country in the world. It is. It's the greatest country in the world. And it's only going to stay great if we all work together and keep it that way. And that's why.
If even after Joe Biden has destroyed everything, it's still the best in the world, it seems we've got some buffer.
I call them and hold them accountable because you hired them. You hired them, and that means let them know how you feel. You don't have to say it mean. You don't have to say it nasty, but you have to tell them directly.
Nasty
woman. We want
woman.
you to vote for this. We don't want you to vote for this. If you want a donation from me, Mr. and Mrs. American Citizen, then you need to do the job correctly. Otherwise, we're not donating. We're not voting for you.
Stand back and
Hold
stand
them
by.
accountable. Please, I'm asking you to help me hold them accountable.
All right. Crowd's not super into it.
Now let's talk about Joe Biden. I cannot believe that we have a president, and any president, it shouldn't matter what party they are. The president of the United States of America should never, ever leave Americans behind like he has done. No man left.
What about the 300 million Americans Trump left behind with his failed COVID leadership?
Our people. How can we trust him? Even if this is a president that we didn't vote for, that we didn't support, no American president should do this to his people. None. There are thousands of Americans trapped over there under the terrorist Taliban regime. And it's not just the Taliban, it's ISIS too, and Al-Qaeda. Radical Islamic terrorism, Sharia law.
She's just throwing out buzzwords. All right, guys, listen, it's 8:30 and it is my bedtime. I'm still on Europe time and it's feeling very, very late. I did want to come in and do a bunch of things, but really we've got our big stream happening on Saturday. And I hope everybody will be back. Donald Trump supposedly getting reinstated as president Saturday night in Alabama. Many people believe that. It's a very strange thing to believe, but many people believe that, and it's extremely, extremely unusual. So thank you for joining me. We are hopefully going to take some calls on Saturday. I'll be starting before the Trump rally. It's great to be back. It's great to be back, and we've got so many things going on. So we'll see everybody very soon. You're not going to, I would say go and watch this on a different channel. Don't do it. Just do something else. Read a book, play a video game, watch a movie, check out the TV show Counterpart. I just finished watching it. It's great to be back. This is not worth our time, and we are calling it a day.